and gentlemen, Amritpal kahan hai? That is the question that's foremost on everyone's mind as we approach the 5th day of the manhunt to nab this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Times Now has accessed the 3 clinching visuals that reveal the convoy, the chase and the escape of a man who has become the most wanted person in Punjab. On the day of the crackdown, that is 18th of March, this convoy was seen passing a toll booth in Jalandhar at 11:26 a.m. Minutes later, he switched cars from a Mercedes to a Brezza before fleeing away on a motorbike riding pillion. All of this on camera. The government in Punjab of the Aam Aadmi Party has been chest thumping over the crackdown ever since the state went after Amritpal. Patting themselves on the back, Kejriwal and Mann declared that they dealt with India baiters with utmost maturity and with an iron hand as far as law and order is concerned. Listen in.
पिछले दिनों कुछ तत्व ऐसे थे जो विदेशी ताकतों के हाथ चढ़कर पंजाब में माहौल खराब करने की बातें कर रहे थे, नफरत भरी स्पीच दे रहे थे, तो उन पर कार्रवाई की गई है और उस कार्रवाई के दौरान वो सब लोग पकड़े गए हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी एक कट्टर देशभक्त और ईमानदार पार्टी है और कोई भी ऐसी ताकत जो देश के खिलाफ पंजाब में पनप रही हो उसको हम बख्शेंगे नहीं।
पंजाब में कानून व्यवस्था लागू कर रखने के लिए और शांति बहाल रखने के लिए पिछले कुछ दिनों के अंदर भगवंत मान साहब ने और आम आदमी पार्टी की पंजाब सरकार ने कठोर कदम उठाए हैं। संयम और बहुत मैच्योरिटी के साथ मान साहब ने कार्रवाई की है। इसके लिए मैं भगवंत मान साहब को और आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार को बधाई देना चाहता हूं।
But ladies and gentlemen, the Punjab and Haryana High Court pricked Aam Aadmi Party government's bubble today. In a sharp-worded observation, the court asked how did Amritpal escape despite a force of 80,000 cops in the state. The court called it a clear-cut case of intelligence failure. And that is the debate that we're picking up tonight. On the debate tonight, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Ramnik Mann, political analyst, Dr. Sumant C. Raman also continues to be on the debate, and Sanjiv Kaushik joins us live on the debate. And Dr. Sumant C. Raman, everybody is patting themselves on the back in the Aam Aadmi Party government, but where is Amritpal? He hasn't been nabbed yet.
Okay, Navika, first of all, until the Aam Aadmi Party government, actually the Punjab police launched this operation, the question was why didn't the Punjab police launch the operation earlier? Now they have launched the operation. Now once they have launched the operation, why didn't they apprehend him? I think the answer was very clear in the statement of the IG of the region, and he is on record where he says very clearly, we were very clear that minimum amount of force was to be used in the entire operation. So they were very clear as to what they wanted to do. Yes, they were able to round up most of the accomplices and the main accused is still at large. It is possible over the next couple of days. But mind you, it is not just the responsibility of the Punjab police. The NIA has an important role to play in these kind of operations. So you cannot just wash your hands off and say Punjab police is doing this and therefore the entire blame should go on the local state government. So this is an operation where the central, in fact, I was told that 18 companies of paramilitary forces had been sent to Punjab over the last couple of months and so on. So let's be very clear. This is a joint initiative that is undertaken. Maybe the Punjab police may be the front end of the operation, but this is not a time for pointing fingers or for playing political games and accusing
It was not my intention to point fingers, but Dr. Anand Ranganathan, you heard the sound bites of both Chief Minister of Punjab and Chief Minister of Delhi, who were congratulating themselves and patting themselves on the back that the Aam Aadmi Party government is just performing so well on law and order. They were actually congratulating themselves. Now, the fact is that this is not even a joint operation. I mean, not even their own operation, it's a joint operation, as Dr. Raman says, then why are they congratulating only themselves? And if they are congratulating themselves because they run the state government there, then where is Amritpal?
Navika, there are 3 points. Very quickly, I'll make. Number one, while I do appreciate the action that the AAP government and the Punjab police have taken in the last 3 days, I do appreciate it, and it is a very sensitive issue, and I congratulate them on that account for initiating the action. It is quite frankly inappropriate for them to start congratulating themselves on law and order because of 2 things. We've seen over the last 6 months how dramatically and drastically the law and order situation in Punjab has completely deteriorated. I mean, you have a mob of Khalistani elements. It ran over a police station. It was like a scene from a RRR, the RRR movie. And we've seen how Bayapti and all those things have been happening in daylight. So please, let us not start, thumping each other's back for that. Number 2, for 3 days, the most wanted man in India is on the run. And now they are congratulating and saying that we are apprehending. It is like saying you going after Dawood Ibrahim and are satisfied by catching Kaju Katli, ye Katli, that Katli, Chota Shakil, Bada Shakil, Bada Bhai, ye Tinda, wo Tinda. Arey Dawood Ibrahim ko pakdo bhai. So please, I would resist and strongly urge them to first catch the person who they went out to catch and then start congratulating. And finally, I want to out the hypocrisy of the so-called pseudo-liberal gang. Because remember, whenever such instance happened in Gujarat or BJP-ruled states, and internet and SMSs were suspended for a couple of days, there was all the hoo-ha-ha about where is the freedom of speech, where is liberty, what is all this happening? For the last 3 days, all those leftist gangs are completely quiet. Why? Because our government has done this.
Well, question, Sanjiv Kaushik, to you. It's good. Action should have been initiated, and it has been initiated. But in the middle of an operation, should any state government actually begin to pat itself on the back before the job is completed? And that's the question the courts have raised.
देखिए नविका जी, निश्चित तौर पे पंजाब पुलिस के लिए ये बेहतर परिस्थिति नहीं है कि अभी तक अमृतपाल पकड़ा नहीं गया है, और कोर्ट ने जो अपनी टिप्पणी की है वो भी अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। लेकिन कभी कभी मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सिलेक्टिव टिप्पणी करना भी कोर्ट ने अपनी जिम्मेवारी समझ ली है। हमने देखा है कि दिल्ली में जिस तरह से लाल किला पर कुछ उपद्रवी चढ़ करके झंडे फहराए गए, आज तक उसके बारे में तो कोई टिप्पणी नहीं आई। तो ये कभी कभी चुभता है। सवाल तो हम खड़ा करने की हैसियत नहीं रखते हैं। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण ये है कि यदि एक आतंकवादी को राज्य सरकार की पुलिस नहीं पकड़ पा रही है, तो आतंकवादी केवल राज्य सरकार की ही जिम्मेवारी नहीं होती है। उसमें जब तक केंद्र सरकार अपनी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका नहीं निभाएगी, तब तक मुझे लगता है कि सफलता नहीं मिलेगी। ये असफलता केवल राज्य सरकार की नहीं है, इसमें केंद्र सरकार की भी उन तमाम एजेंसियों की बात कर ली जाए जो गुप्तचर संस्थाओं से लेकर के अभी ज्वाइंट ऑपरेशन जो लोग कर रहे हैं, उन सब की मिलीजुली ये सफलता या असफलता दोनों मानी जाएगी। हाँ, ये बात बिल्कुल सही है कि ये जो लोग बाहर से बैठ के इस तरह का आरोप लगाते हैं कि जिस तरह से पुलिस थाने पर घिराव पथराव या जिस तरह की स्थिति उस तरह नौबत आई थी, उस दिन यदि हार्ड एक्शन लिया गया होता तो आज शायद ये स्थिति नहीं होती। ये कहना बहुत आसान है, उस समय की जो परिस्थितियाँ थी, यदि उस समय हार्ड एक्शन लिया गया होता तो आज जो लोग बैठ करके ये नसीहत दे रहे हैं, उस समय कह रहे होते कि शायद पुलिस को धैर्य रखना चाहिए था। तो परिस्थितियाँ पंजाब की एक दिन में बिगड़ी नहीं है। निश्चित रूप से बहुत बिगड़े हुए परिस्थिति में एक ऐसी पार्टी आई है जिसको राज्य का कमान मिला है, बहुत कुछ सीखना है, बहुत कुछ करना है, ईमानदारी पूर्वक वो अपना काम कर रही है, और पंजाब के लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को व्यवस्थित रखते हुए वो निश्चित तौर पर वो जो कह रही है कि हम इन असामाजिक तत्वों को पनपने नहीं देंगे, उन पर कठोर कार्रवाई करेंगे लगातार।
So Ramnik Man, nobody can take away from the fact that there is action that is going on, and nobody is trying to take away that fact. But the fact of the matter is that if it is a joint operation, then why are they not working in tandem, and why are the statements not matching the defense that come out? And when the congratulatory statements are being made, then is it being done a little preemptively, because the main man who needs to be arrested is still on the run? And that is the question that's really become the spectacle for the entire country.
Good evening, Navika. I think the premature celebrations are a way of diverting attention of the people from the core issue. The fact still remains कि आधी बारात तो तुमने धर ली, but दूल्हा तुम्हारे हाथ से भाग गया. I mean, this is how it can be best explained. You went there, the entire operation was to nab Amritpal, and they could have done it in the middle of the night. They could have done it early morning. They could have done it when he was at home. They allowed him to leave the home, and well, the observations of the High Court are not irrelevant. Actually, you know, they have about 80,000 force in Punjab, and 8 zilon ki police, if I may put in that typical Bollywood dialogue, 8 zilon ki police usko ढूंढ रही थी, और वो उनके बीच में से निकल के भाग गया. So this is how you can best define the situation that is before us. Number one, and number two. When, the gentleman before me was speaking, a minimum amount of force was used. 8 zilon ki police lagi sahab. 8 districts of police were involved in the operation. I mean, I don't know where do they bring a relevance of Lal Killa here. And by the way, Waris Punjab ka jo pehle chief tha, Deep Sidhu, he was accused in that Lal Killa violence. And, the second Pradhan of Waris Punjab is now, a wanted fugitive. So, agar aap वैसे जोड़ोगे तो it's understandable, but when you try and bring out a different narrative altogether, it's not understandable. And I told you, Navika, and I think I've spoken before on this, that when these people use Khalistanis, I want the Khalistanis also, they will dump you. They will use you for getting into power and they'll dump you. They did that today and it's very visible. इन्होंने now जैसे कि हम कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी हैं, हम कट्टर देशभक्त पार्टी हैं, then why is Kultar Singh Sidhwa, who is the Speaker of Punjab Assembly, hobnobbing with Khalistanis when he goes to Canada? And why did Arvind Kejriwal sleep over at a known Khalistani's residence? I mean, there are so many questions which they need to answer. If we are starting from gangsters, interviews from inside the prisons, and then, killing and lynchings inside the prisons, they're going Facebook live. Their Minister Fauza Singh Sarari involving in, corruption.
Many questions being raised by Ramnik Mann.
Illegal mining.
And Dr. Suman C. Raman, these are serious questions, especially at a time when we are talking about the most wanted being on the run. From jails, live interviews are happening.
For the Red Fort incident, one question.
Facebook lives are happening.
How many people
after the
were
murder.
punished for the Red Fort
justify
incident?
the murder, the gangsters are going
No,
Facebook live
why was nobody
from
punished?
inside the prison.
Policemen were injured. Policemen were injured in that Red Fort incident. How many were punished? Who withdrew the cases? Please tell us, Navika.
No, why won't you answer the question, on which this debate is? And the question is...
No, I'm asking a simple question. See,
No,
the whole purpose seems to be to blame
my friend, I am the one who's asking the question as the anchor of the show. You should be answering the question I'm asking.
I'm answering.
you say
I'm answering
force,
it. I'm
please
telling
define
you
minimum
that the
force.
purpose seems to be to
Dr.
pin the blame on one government.
8 zilon ki police piche lagi
I'm not
thi.
saying it. The IG said
That is
it.
what you call minimum
IG
force?
said it. I'm not saying it, sir. The IG is on record. You can go and watch him say it. He said,
Sir, IG press conference, everybody
our
heard, sir, please don't
orders
refer to the
were
IG. You
to
please
use
give your
the minimum
perspective, sir.
amount of force.
But you're the one quoting it, so the question's being asked to you. But Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, nobody is trying to take away from the fact that there is action that is going on. But to begin to say that law and order is perfect and that a great job is being done, is that a little premature, especially when we're talking about Facebook lives happening from jails, when we're talking about interviews happening from jails. Does this inspire confidence on the law and order?
No, it almost certainly doesn't. And as Ramnik ji has said, when you have a police force that is from 8 districts of Punjab searching for one man to nab him, and for 3 days they are unable to, I just hope that this Amritpal Singh doesn't become Aam Aadmi Party's Vijay Mallya.
Well, the question tonight is that Punjab has seen a troubled past in the 80s. We've all seen the state going through that, and once again the same separatist forces raising their head, and the Punjab police on the run behind this one wanted man for the last 72 hours. The question is, the history of the state does put a question mark and a fear in the minds of people that will history repeat itself, or will the man be nabbed before he can damage the peace that has returned to Punjab after a long struggle? That's the worry people in the country really have. Let's leave it at that for the moment as we continue to follow this big story from Punjab. Good night, and thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on the debate. I'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, once again on the Newshour at 9.